In this video, I share with you the mistakes that you don't want to make as we look and learn from someone who messed up massively. I've got 5 minutes to share with you 4 lessons, and they all come from Joshua chapter 7. By the way, our word for today is trouble, and Israel was in trouble. Nobody could have predicted this. They had just comprehensively conquered Jericho in Joshua chapter 6, but now in Joshua chapter 7, Israel have been defeated. They retreated from the city named Ai, with 36 Jewish soldiers having been killed. The nation of Israel had been on such a high, having watched the walls of Jericho come tumbling down. But now, the only thing that was down was their confidence. This defeat and depression could have and should have and would have been avoided if only they had followed God's word completely. You see, the only reason that Israel won their previous battle was because of their obedience. But this time, someone had disobeyed. That someone was Achan. Now, the name Achan means trouble. Understand that the Battle of Jericho was not only Israel's previous battle, but it was their first battle in the Promised Land. It was for this reason that God had instructed Israel through Joshua, saying in Joshua chapter 6, verses 17 and 18, the city and all that is in it are to be devoted to the Lord. But keep away from the devoted things, so that you will not bring about your own destruction by taking any of them. Otherwise, you will make the camp of Israel liable to destruction and bring trouble on it. Because Jericho was to be the first city given by God to Israel in the land of promise, Israel was to return back to God all the spoils of war. This was to be their first fruits. This gain and goods belonged to God. But listen to the troublemaker's admission when he is caught. Achan concedes in verse 21. When I saw in the plunder a beautiful robe from Babylonia, 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold weighing 50 shekels, I coveted them and took them. They are hidden in the ground inside my tent with the silver underneath. The consequence of Achan's disobedience is found in verse 25. Joshua said, "Why have you brought this trouble on us? The Lord will bring trouble on you today." Then all Israel stoned him, and after they had stoned the rest, they burned them. Here are my 4 lessons. Lesson number 1, be content with what you have. Don't covet what others have. Lesson number 2, sin isn't small. Disobedience leads to destruction. Lesson number 3, triumph can turn to tragedy because of our trespasses. And lesson number 4, God's word is his will and his will is his way. So don't waver on his word. There you have it, my 4 lessons from Joshua chapter 7. But I'm sure there are many more. Let me know any lessons that you learned from this chapter, anything that stood out to you in this chapter, and if there was anything that you didn't understand in the chapter, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching. For all your queries and comments, questions and answers, observations, applications, reservations and consternations, you can leave them all in the comment section below. And don't forget, sharing is caring. So don't keep the Pastor B channel to yourself. Don't be selfish. Go and tell somebody. Admit it. You liked that, didn't you? Hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe to the Pastor B YouTube channel. I don't want you to miss any content, so make sure that you leave